Welcome back to the BJack 70 show. I'm your host, Brandon Jackson, and we're here for our regularly scheduled programming on Tuesday morning. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for watching. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Head over to patreon.com/BJack70. Join the Patreon. But it's NFL draft week. And today I want to talk about three things, three major points. What do I know for sure is going to happen at the draft? What do I think might happen at the draft? And what do I hope happens at the draft? So we're going to go through those three things. Let's just hop right into it. So, what do I know about the draft coming up this Thursday? For sure, Fernando Mendoza is going number one overall to the Las Vegas Raiders. We've known this since the end of the national championship game. We've known it for a long time. There's not really been any speculation about trading the pick, about doing anything, about the Raiders wanting to pick somebody else. It's just been full speed ahead, quarterback at number one overall, quarterback one in the class, number one in the draft. That I know for sure. And especially since they traded Geno Smith away, Kenny Pickett's no longer there. That room is wide open for a rookie quarterback. And with a new head coach, it just feels like the perfect blank slate for the Raiders. And the draft starts at 2 with the New York Jets pick. We know, it's the most boring thing. We really haven't talked about Fernando Mendoza all offseason, except for the couple of days when Dan Orlovsky, for some reason, said Ty Simpson was quarterback one in the class. Don't know what he was thinking. Don't know if he still feels that way, but that I feel like that's wrong. Otherwise, we haven't really talked about Fernando Mendoza at all. Like, he had a great pro day. He's not going to be at the draft. He's going to be at home with his family. So shout out to him. But yeah, really not a lot to talk about with Fernando Mendoza and the Las Vegas Raiders at 1. This is the most I've spoken about Fernando Mendoza all offseason, and that's all I can give it. But I know for sure that's going to happen on Thursday. Second thing I know for sure, the Cowboys are trading up. The Cowboys are going to move some picks to get into the top 10. I don't know if it's going to be at number 3 overall with the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know if it's going to be at number 6 overall with the Cleveland Browns. I could probably say it's not going to be 5 with the Giants, and it won't be 7 with the Commanders, just because those are in-division teams and rivals. But somehow, some way, come hell or high water, the Dallas Cowboys will be making a top 10 pick. I just don't know for sure. In my mock draft, which you can watch the video that came out yesterday on the channel, or if you want to hit up bjack70.com, the mock draft is on there to read. I had them trading up to 6, giving up pick 20 and pick 12 to get up to 6, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but they will be moving up somehow. Either to get Sonny Styles, David Bailey, Caleb Downs. They're going to come up to get an impact player on defense. Just don't know where and don't know which one, but that's for sure going to happen. And then the third thing that I know for sure, speaking of specific players, I know for sure 5 guys are going in the top 10. I mean, besides Mendoza, we know Mendoza's going 1, but the other guys I know for sure that are going top 10: Arvell Reese, from Ohio State, David Bailey from Texas Tech, Caleb Downs from Ohio State, Sonny Styles from Ohio State, and Ruben Bain from Miami. All of those people, and I know it's not a hot take, but I'm talking about what I know for sure, which is not a lot, but that's one of the things I know for sure. I can't say for sure Carnell Tate is going to go in the top 10. I can't say an offensive lineman is going to go for sure top 10. But those guys I just named, those defensive playmakers, those are really the top 5 defensive players in this draft, and they're all going to go in the top 10 for sure. Even Ruben Bain with the off the field stuff, that's pretty much checked out. He may go earlier. If you see my mock draft, I have him going 7 to the Commanders. He may go earlier than that. So Ruben Bain, definitely for sure. Arvell Reese, David Bailey, top 2, top 3. Those guys are interchangeable. Caleb Downs is the one that could fall out of the top 10, but I really don't think so, because if he makes it to 10, I don't see the Cincinnati Bengals not pulling the trigger on Caleb Downs at 10 if they get a chance. I think they would sign up for that possibility before the draft if they could. So those are the things that I know for sure are going to happen at the NFL draft. What do I think? Not know for sure, but what do I think might happen? Going back to the mock draft, I don't think an offensive lineman goes in the top 10. I think a bunch of them will go after that, but I don't know if any of them go in the top 10, especially if the Dallas Cowboys trade up. If I'm correct and the Dallas Cowboys trade up with the Cleveland Browns, I don't know if an offensive lineman goes. At 3, we've at certain points during the offseason thought maybe Francis Mauigoa goes to the Cardinals at 3, or the Browns taking an offensive lineman at 6. But if the Cardinals go David Bailey or Arvell Reese at 3 and the Browns are out of there, I don't think one of these teams is going to take an offensive lineman. People talk about the Chiefs taking an offensive lineman. I don't see it. I don't think the Bengals are going to do it. They need to go defense. Saints, I think there's too many playmakers, defensive and offensive wise, for them to do it. Giants aren't going to do it. They need a defensive guy. Cowboys aren't trading up for one. Tennessee probably taking Jeremiah Love. If they don't, I don't see it being an offensive lineman. So I don't think an offensive lineman is going to go in those top 10 picks. But I have one mocks at 11. So I'm guessing, I'm making an educated guess, we'll say. The next thing that I think is possible. I think this one is possible. Carnell Tate might not be their first wide receiver off the board. It could be Jordan Tyson, especially after last week, the workout that Tyson did. He made sure to let everybody know that he was healthy, and a lot of teams really like Jordan Tyson. Teams aren't scared away by his injury history, and a lot of teams think he's the best wide receiver in the class. I do not. I think he's number 2, but I think Carnell Tate is number 1 in this class. I talk about him more on patreon.com/bjack70. I go into breaking down film of Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson, and Mekhi Lemon, going over the best 3 receivers I think in the class. I think Tate is the best, and I got Tyson number 2. But we will definitely see early on, because a receiver will be picked early. But I can't wait to see if it's Tyson or if it's Tate. But I think there's a real chance Carnell Tate isn't the first one off the board. And the last thing that I think, Ty Simpson is somehow going to go in the first round. I don't know when. I don't know what team. I don't know if it's a trade. I don't know if it's a trade up. I don't know if it's a team trading back. I have no idea how it's going to go, but I have to believe that he's going to go in the first round, because that was seemingly the whole reason that he declared for the draft in the first place, is that he thought he was going to be a first round pick. The tape doesn't say first round pick. The prospect profile doesn't say first round pick, but the position says first round pick, just because every team wants to find their quarterback. Some of them have their quarterback, but there's a lot of teams still trying to find one. Jets trying to find one, Cardinals trying to find one, Browns trying to find one. There's a lot of teams that need one, and Steelers think they have one in Aaron Rodgers, but he's not in the building yet. As of me recording this, but Ty Simpson has to be going in the first round, because not only did he declare for the draft at all, but he's going to be in the green room on Thursday, on night one. So he believes, his team believes, the NFL believes he's going to be a first round pick, because I don't think they would be setting him up to fail like this if they didn't think that there was a possibility for him to get chosen. And on the other hand, I'm skeptical. I wouldn't pick him in the first round, but I think one of these teams is going to pull the trigger. And I can't wait for it to happen, but it doesn't feel that way looking at the tape and people's big boards and what the draft experts say. He doesn't sound like a first round pick, but he's a quarterback and he's QB2 in the class. So we'll see how that goes. But somehow, some way, he'll be going in the first round. And let's move on to what do I hope? What do I hope happens on Thursday at the draft? I hope personally that the Browns draft an actual left tackle and don't try to flip a guy from the right side to the left side. And that's pretty specific. If we're going to go tackle in the first round, that's Monroe Freeling from Georgia, that's Caden Proctor from Alabama, and that's Caleb Lomu from Utah. All the other tackles that are going are right tackles. Played right tackle most recently in college. So the Browns GM Andrew Berry doesn't believe that it matters that much, that you can flip tackles from side to side, and it in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter too much. But I want somebody who was comfortable playing left tackle to keep playing left tackle going forward. I want the adjustment period of a rookie offensive lineman, because they're going to have to play. They're going to have to play. I want the adjustment period to be focused on the new speed of the game, the new physicality of the NFL, not add on top of it, this is a different position that I'm playing. This is a different set of circumstances that I'm working under. I want the transition to be as smooth as possible from college to pro. And I think flipping a right tackle to left tackle in their rookie season does not bode well for development. Maybe later on in their career, like when they're not a rookie, not first seeing the NFL, maybe if they were a right tackle, they could flip over to left tackle. Like Tristan Wirfs. Tristan Wirfs, I don't remember what he played in college before a long time. He started out as a right tackle in the NFL, and then moved over later now to left tackle. So, and personally, the last time that the Browns flipped a tackle from the right side to the left side was Jed Wills, and it didn't go particularly well. I don't hate Jed Wills as much as a lot of Browns fans do. I think he was just a little bit better than people thought he was in and around the city, but still wasn't good enough. So that is front of mind for a lot of people, and I don't want that to be something that the Browns do. But they're probably not going to listen to me. If they do take a tackle, you saw my mock draft, you saw who I had them taking. I had them taking an actual left tackle. But we'll see how they feel. We know how Andrew Berry feels, at least in public. So, yeah. Next thing that I hope is another Browns related statement. I hope that they get one of the top 3 receivers, because I think there's a clear gap. It's not a huge gap, but it's a clear gap from the top 3 receivers to the next 3 receivers. So in whatever order you want to have it in, I think that top 3 is Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson, Mekhi Lemon. Whatever order you want the 3 to be in, I think those are your 3. And then the next 3, I think, is in whatever order you want to put them in: Omar Cooper Jr., KC Concepcion, and Denzel Boston. Whichever order you want to put those guys in, I think they're the next batch of 3. But I think there is a definite gap between the 2 groups. So I'm really hoping that Browns draft a left tackle specifically, and they get one of these top 3 guys at receiver in that group. If they don't, I would not mind if they bypass those next 3 altogether, try to get some value later in the next batch of wide receivers, maybe Chris Bell, Jeremy Bernard, those kind of guys. So either get one of the top 3 or wait a little bit and figure out which one you specifically like. I've spoken in a couple videos ago. I really like Jacoby Lane. I would love for him to be a pickup later whenever he goes. I don't know if it'll be day 2, day 3, which round Jacoby Lane goes in, but I really am a fan of his. But yeah, if they're gonna go first round wide receiver, I'm really hoping it's one of those specific top 3. And the last thing that I hope, even after working tirelessly and endlessly on my mock drafts, I hope the draft is unpredictable and fun. The NFL draft is a TV show. We literally don't need to be watching this on TV. Like, you could just release one by one the names, and it would be fun. Like, we wouldn't really lose anything. But the NFL draft itself has become an entertaining TV show, and I hope that it delivers on that promise. I hope there's trades. I hope people take players that we weren't even thinking about at spots that we would have never guessed. I think that is going to be something that happens. I talked about in the mock draft video. Don't be surprised, talking about the Browns, if they take an edge rusher, or if they take a linebacker, or if they take a safety, or anything like that, don't be surprised at what the Browns do. I think they might go away from the "this is our team need" path. Like, I think they might just go strictly best player available at a few of these picks, especially those first round picks, just to get, the best players that they think are on the board. And it might not be what we think. It might not be, they might not be prioritizing offensive tackle over a better player. They might want Emmanuel McNeil-Warren versus a Caden Proctor, or they might want a Dylan Thieneman over a Carnell Tate. We have no idea what they're thinking. So I hope the draft is unpredictable. I hope it's fun. I definitely did not have a whole lot of fun last year watching the draft, especially because how I feel about Shedeur Sanders on this channel, on this platform. Watching him drop kind of took me out of the fun of the NFL draft. I was worried about where he was going, how he was falling, why he was falling, on all that. So it kind of took me out of it, but I'm back now. I'm ready. I'm prepared. I'm ready for fun. I'm ready for everything. Might even post, if you're on Patreon, you might even see a couple of draft reactions live from me. See, and we'll see how that goes. Or make sure you're on the Patreon, or at least follow me on TikTok. Might post some of those on TikTok at BJack70. But yeah, man, I think it's gonna be a fun time, fun weekend. I'll be back. I don't know exactly how I'm going to post content for the draft, but just know, stay tuned, stay subscribed, stay ready. The content will be flowing. The content will be coming. We'll be talking about the draft all weekend. So stay tuned, stay locked in, stay subscribed. Appreciate you watching this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you in the next video.